Morning. Saturday. Wanted to wait for that ad break to complete before we jump in. I need music in my ear. Go. There we go. Alright. So, potentially the last stream of the month. Next week, I'll be traveling. As I said yesterday, there's a possibility that I will stream the Tuesday when I return from my travels. But we'll see. It's I'm traveling from Vegas to Milwaukee. I'm driving. My girlfriend and I will split the trip, but that's still, well, 2 long days there, 2 long days back. We start driving Wednesday and Thursday, hang out there Friday, Saturday, and then drive back Sunday, Monday, and then I have that Tuesday off, which is the 30th. But I just get a feeling that I might need that day to recover. Because then for us, Wednesday, July 1st, that is our end of month, when we do our big inventory, and still not fully confident of the end of May's inventory. So as I've said a billion times, I'm now the boss then, which is not always the best thing. It means the responsibility is all on me. So, good times. Yesterday I very slowly started on these ARC troopers. All I got was their armor done. I was moving very slow, which is fine. On some of the others that I'm doing this one step and mixing the one step with the special sauce, I've been pretty sloppy, and then I gotta do a lot of touch-ups. I still got some touch-ups on these guys, but that's more from the dry brushing, getting in that black glove area. So not a big deal. I'll probably start with that first, because I also need to touch up some of the backpacks. I started painting them white, so I need to redo those a little bit with some coal black and maybe just a little bit of dry brushing on there before I drop the graphite gray. So yeah, the bulk of them is done, being that they are, I just have to paint a couple things with the graphite gray, like the pistols, the rifles, the shoulder pads, and then their little tunic pieces, whatever those, not skirts, but whatever those are called, hit those. I might try the dark blue black one step. I'm not sure. I feel like the blue one step is going to be too bright, but then the dark blue black might be too dark. So I may just make a mixture of dark blue and special sauce. I don't need a lot, but I should start by testing that on one of the little, because then if that doesn't work, I can just repaint with the black. do it. That might be a better idea. Other than that, let's get to our little deal. Hopefully everybody is having a wonderful Saturday and a wonderful weekend so far. Does kind of stink that it feels like the weekend's over and it just started. Yeah, so I got 9 of these guys. Primed to black, did a Zenithal white dry brush, and then I used the Pro Acryl's one-step special sauce, which is their one-step medium. And I mixed that with white glue. This is supposed to turn any of their Pro Acryl paints into a one-step paint. And one-step is, it's a type of like a contrast paint, but it acts differently than a contrast. I don't really know how to explain it because I am still learning it, but they've been showcasing this in their stream, Monument Hobby stream, for months now. It does do some amazing stuff. It does act like a contrast paint, but I think what it is it's more than just a contrast paint. Personally, I love it. I love it. Yeah, an example is this guy that I started Wednesday, finished him Thursday night. We can zoom in, and you can kind of look at these plates. So I started with coal black, dark neutral gray, slate gray, and then I think it was neutral gray and cool gray. Kind of just did a gradient. I don't remember if it was 4 or 5 colors. I may have whites out all the coal black and then it was just the 4 colors. But either way, I did that, and then I hit that with the graphite gray. And it's it looks a little darker visually for me. But you can still see that gradient, but it's now a very smooth blend. Which is what you want. And since blending is not very easy for me, this is a good deal. It's a very good deal. So I think it acts as a very good filter. That's what it did all over on this guy's armor. Why he came out very good. And my non-metallic metal gold, like I was saying yesterday, that is the closest I've ever gotten to an MM of any type. Still needs improvement, but at least I feel that I might have finally gotten closer to beating that final boss of this level. Obviously, there's so much more, and this one I didn't go that bright on it. I was trying to replicate the Army Painter Emperor's Gold, or Emperor Gold, which is like a coppery tarnished gold. So it's not a real shiny gold, but I think, based on what I was doing, I think I could pull it off. Shoulders, that trim, need to work on that a little bit. I think some of the highlight placement, wow, was right, but it maybe wasn't enough. The areas weren't broad enough, to really build that contrast and build up that brightness while still having it smooth. But I mean, overall, I'm pretty happy with this guy. So this is the first. This is my guy. There's another, I don't know, a dozen. And then I found out that the guy that made these STLs just had another, a bunch of Bear Marine Scouts. This is what we are calling the Maugar. And that guy in an artistic rendering is going to go on some merchandise. Yeah. I am working on basically upgrading my brain, turning it into a brand. One thing I didn't even know until I got on my computer this morning is that today is 1 year of me being an affiliate. And I guess that makes sense. It was around this time last year. I thought it was a little more time. But we are almost in July. So that's that makes sense. In the beginning, I did have a little help to get to that affiliate, but then from there it was pretty slow running. I won't lie. There was a part kind of close to the end of the year. Like I said, I had some help getting the affiliate, but most of my streams last year were me talking to an empty room. Yeah, I won't lie. Some of the challenges I faced closer to the end of the year, came pretty close to putting a nail in the coffin. Nail in the coffin of my streaming. I did not. I persevered. I don't think either of those colors are going to work. The other thing I want to test is this graphite gray on the white backpacks. Let's see if I need to paint them or not. I worry that there's not really going to be any contrast since I put that white blue mixture. But we'll see. Yeah, it was a little bit of a challenge getting started. I know everything is slow. But I lost a lot of steam by the end of last year. And even lost some of the steam on the painting. I had a very hard time. I think I just kind of got into a rut. And so, starting around the holidays, and a lot of it had nothing to do with the hobby. It was Um, a lot of the work challenges. I took the end of the year off. And basically I took from, the week of Christmas and the week of New Year's off. The time I was what they call the mint manager. I essentially managed production, the manufacturing side of it. And, precious metal skyrocketed during that period. Find out which ones did I... That one was painted white. That one was not. It's painted white. I know I only did it on 4 of them. Yeah, okay, there we go. So those 3, and then this guy. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to repaint him. I don't know, that blue might... Not as vibrant, but... That looks very similar. I don't know if I'm gonna mess with the dark blue. I may just do blue on these. That black underneath, that'll work. So I need to repaint the one, because that black blue just... It just kind of looks... black. I know there's good uses for it. I've seen some NMM that Jason from Monument Hobbies has done that looks really good. Yeah. So end of last year, precious metals went crazy. That was when silver broke $100 an ounce. Just to give you a frame of reference, during the pandemic, 2020, silver was around $20 an ounce. The highest we had ever seen silver go before that was probably 20-ish years ago. It got to like the $40, $50 mark. So yeah, end of last year, silver started climbing, and it hit triple digits. $100. It actually, I don't remember if it was in December or in January, it actually reached $115. US, that is. And so, over the Christmas weekend, things just skyrocketed. The fulfillment side, I have a vault supervisor, and we had trained the admin assistant to also fulfill orders. But with how crazy things were, it was an insane amount of orders. And yeah, starting, because I remember this really pissed me off. Grizzly was definitely awake at the end of last year. My boss former boss now, started messaging me like the day after Christmas, talking about the sales volume, blah blah, and then that Sunday, because I think Christmas was on like a Friday last year. That Sunday, he was telling me that I needed to call my vault supervisor and have him come in because I had off and my vault supervisor had off. And had a little had kind of a little text battle with him. And it resulted in me canceling my vacation for that week and working. And there was no way that our admin was going to be able to handle that volume of orders. And my mindset, if I give you vacation time, if I approve it, I'm not calling you in. So there was no way that I was going to be calling my vault supervisor and having him come in on his paid time off. Personally, I say I don't. This is a bad attitude to have, but you know, it's the holidays, and there's always going to be more work. There's always going to be more orders. There's always going to be more sales volume. There's always going to be. You know, my thing is, there's always another emergency. There's only so much time that we humans have on this earth, and work should never take a priority. I'm not saying work is not a priority, because obviously the old saying, you know, he who doesn't work doesn't eat. You know, there's a truth to that. You know, you can sacrifice your job for your family, and suddenly your family's going hungry. So, you know, there's a balance, but, you know, that old saying is true. That another old saying, lots of old sayings, I'm full of them. Nobody on their deathbed said, I wish I would have worked a few more hours. And personally, I've sacrificed myself on the altar of work, and the repayment was, pardon my language, a swift kick in the ass. So all that to say, you know, I'm not going to say I'll never call someone in on their day off. I know there are situations, but I definitely was not going to call him, have him cancel his PTO while I sit my ass at home. So I came in, canceled my vacation for that week. Yes, I was furious. I remember I gathered everyone together that morning, and I said, listen, I'm putting my head down. I'm going to put my earbuds in, play my music. I'm not mad at anybody here, but I'm mad. I'm furious. And so I'm just going to be here doing my work. Just let me be. And that's what I did that whole week. So that's kind of how my year started out. See if I can get just a squeeze out of here, because I don't. It's just 4 backpacks and a little half skirt. A lot. So yeah, that was kind of how the year started. And like the year prior, I had used a lot of that extended time off to really get some hobbying done. That kind of put a little clamp in those plans. And then it just, it kept compounding. The problem with our paid time off at work, it's use it or lose it. And I'm at the point in my life I will never lose PTO again. I don't want to sound like a jaded, bitter bitch, but at my previous job, I had sacrificed my PTO every year, and when they found out that I was being courted by my current company, they just fired me. And I hadn't fully made my decision to leave, and they made it for me. And, whatever, it ended up being a good thing. But then, when I worked for the distributor, the one that now owns my last company, I worked for them during the pandemic, the height of the pandemic, 2020 into early 2021. And, there was a period there where, words are tough today, sorry. Yeah, there was a point there where my younger brother was coming in to see me. It was going to be in February of 21. And January of 21, you remember you had the whole Capitol Hill bull crap. And then you had the launch of the new Silver Eagles from the US Mint. And between all those things, a few other things, silver skyrocketed. And my boss there told me, asked me to postpone that trip or whatever, or that visit. And I did. And 2 months later, he let me go. For no reason. He said, we're too close to the fire. And that's another story for another day. I hold nothing against him. But yeah, it was one of those like, okay, what was the benefit of me sacrificing? Nothing. I got a swift kick in the ass again. And even though I understand the politics behind all of these things, and I know that these were all for the better, it's still, no one wants to get terminated. It's not the best warm, fuzzy feeling. So, yeah, it mostly what it did is solidified in my head. Sorry, let's do the blue first. Anyway, I'm gonna need that. It just kind of solidified in my head, like, that's, don't sacrifice yourself on the altar of work. It's really not, it's not worth it. And even if you do rise to the top, I look at that time at my previous job in the mint, the other mint that I worked for, and all the time I sacrificed, and not that was what caused the end of my marriage, but now I've got a daughter halfway across the states from me, and Think of all that time that I missed with her, trying to better and further my career, and even in this situation now, I still haven't made my decision. I'm the interim general manager, um, and I don't know when they start looking for a GM. I don't know if I want to throw my name in the hat. I know I'll lose this little increase that I got for being the interim GM, but part of me is okay with that. I was perfectly content with where I was, and we'll see. You know, that's all. We'll see if it's even offered to me. At this point, it is. I think I'm moon tested. See if I can handle it. Let's put this bit. That's graphite green. Dark green. Just want to see what other colors they got. So I think the shadow flesh might try on this dude's face. Yeah, why not? One of these guys has his helmet off, so perfect candidate. See how this shadow flesh one step works. Check the heck out of this one. One second. Sorry, I got another streamer and sorry, watching Blissful Badger open the new Warhammer. It's fun. He looked like a little kid opening it up, which is awesome. So sorry, had to interrupt to say hi to him, and he was like a little kid on Christmas Day as he was opening this Armageddon box up. Yeah, I don't remember where I was in my little story. Oh yeah, so came in over New Year's. My next vacation, started on because we still had Fridays off at the time. So it started on a Friday. Right away, we had a delivery, and no one was there to receive it. It's technically on the transport company. They were supposed to deliver it on Monday, and instead they showed up on Friday. So of course, my boss reaches out to me, and to his benefit, he did say we can turn him away, but I knew we were gonna get charged for that. It's one of those, even though it was their fault, no, no one was gonna fight it, and we'd end up paying a basically a storage fee or a holding fee and a redelivery fee, because it happened to us before around the holidays. Yeah, I did try to run this one to ground afterwards, like, essentially trying to hold someone accountable, and, you know, some of the departments in our company just, accountability doesn't really stick. Oh well. So yeah, I think that was March, maybe. Had to go in on that Friday, and then later that week there was an emergency that was not an emergency, but you know, everything's an emergency. We had to make a custom bar for Folds of Honor, and of course the machine that we would use for that, I was the only one at the time that knew how to use it, because we were still in testing. It was not commissioned. And so got called in. Had to twice on that week. All that to say, you know, beginning of this year, just kind of my mindset was not really in a good place. Yeah, my hobby, my streaming, all that definitely suffered as a result. So that looks, it's brighter than what I see. And you can tell my camera is still stupid. Let's see, that was where the Shadow Flush went. Green brown and warm brown. That's right, I remember the warm brown. So many of these I haven't even touched now. I keep using the graphite gray. I used the warm brown when I was doing the Wookiees, but I haven't really used the rest of these. We're gonna fix that today. This doesn't work as well on these, because the one step is more of like a contrast paint. But you can kind of see how still has that translucent property. Just a little bit different. So again, all I'm doing is just these tunics. You can see how the right side turned out with the blue. So we're just going to continue that. Yeah, so as this dries, it gives it a much darker blue. I think a lot of that has to do with how dark that works just fine. Let's see. Where was I? But yeah, beginning of this year, I really didn't... kind of just lost some of the motivation for both the painting and the streaming. I did some work that I'm very proud of. It just took a very long time to get it done. Like the painting of my red dragon, or red throat, that has the orc rider. I was very, very happy with how that one turned out. Shoot. Fixed. And then of course the real problem came when what was that, March? World of Warcraft Midnight launched. Been a pretty fun expansion. They really did a good job compared to, well, it's a good job in general, but especially compared to some of the previous. Oh, I did enjoy... what's that one called? Right before midnight. Why can't I remember its name? Where I went to the Isle of Dorn. At the Earth End, and I don't know why the name The Force Awakens keeps popping in my head when I think about it. Well, anyway, that expansion was good. I enjoyed that one. I did enjoy Dragonflight. Oh, The War Within. Wow. War Within, Force Awakens. Yeah, not really similar at all. But yeah, that was good. But Midnight took us back to Quel'Thalas. And I feel like they really nailed that zone. Volfalas, Zulaman. Um, yeah, that's a very fun expansion. And I've streamed some World of Warcraft playing. Um, just not a lot. That's a tough one to get into because there are so many Warcraft streamers out there. Oh, the same issue as like last year. You know, you're playing and talking to an empty room. I've become very adept at talking to myself, but it doesn't mean I want to. I've just learned how to. Um, and then, of course, there was the whole schedule change um, at work that really made it difficult to really figure out a stream schedule. And I know I've beat this one to death, but used to be you know, manufacturing used to be Monday to Thursday. And having that 3-day weekend, I would stream Friday mornings and Saturday mornings around the same time. So when we went on to a 5-day work week, it became a little more difficult to figure out what time I was going to stream. Saturdays, of course, stayed the same, but rest of it kind of became up in the air. And so for a while there, I was just streaming 1 day a week. It wasn't until a few weeks ago that that I added Wednesday night and Friday afternoon. We get out I try to leave between 1:30 and 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. My problem is I'm still getting up at 2:30 a.m. about to go to the gym. And so that presents a little bit of a challenge because by the time I get out of work, I'm tired. But I finally settled on the Wednesday night. So yeah, while I'm rambling on about this, we could say my stream is now Wednesday about 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then Fridays, since I'm putting in about 9 hours during the weekdays, Monday through Thursday, then Fridays, I'm I try to stick to 40-hour work weeks. Um, and so then Fridays I'm leaving 11 or noon, which still puts me over 40, but not a big deal. Um, and so Fridays I try to get on by about 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then of course the Saturday stream, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That keeps everything kind of going. Um, okay, I'm gonna take a quick couple minutes. I do want to wash out this, even though this is my garbage dry brush. I do want to keep it alive, um, semi-alive. It's handy as a garbage dry brush. So I'm gonna go brush my teeth, use the restroom, and clean that dry brush, and maybe salvage this cup before it dries, since that's all I need it for. And I still act like a broke person. So, be right back, everybody. Alright. Perfect timing for my little break since we had ads. Okay. So yeah, now that's dry. Just that blue one step works perfectly for that. So now graphite gray. We're just gonna use this on on the rifles, pistols, bombs. And all the shoulder plates. Or whatever you call those. Yeah, so this graphite gray that I am using is probably, so far out of the one-step paints, easily my favorite. Yeah, not even probably, it is my favorite. It works so well for all of the anything that's supposed to have like a black look. So like as I was doing all of the, actually even more than just that, as I was doing all the battle droids, the super battle droids looked perfect with just the graphite gray. So all the super battle droids were done exclusively with this color, this graphite gray. So this went all over out of the bottle. When I did the droidicas, those were done with it was graphite gray for most of the the legs and like the internal parts, and then that outer armor shell was mahogany mixed with one-step special sauce medium. It's weird, while I was on break, I got 2 people got banned by Siribot. One of them was, it shows the message. I don't know why it doesn't show the other one. 112 Mile Shoe. Message was deleted by a moderator, and then Siribot banned them for spam detected. And then Roses are pretty 431. That message it shows, but it was deleted, and the user was banned. And it said AI viewers. So It always makes me a little nervous though when they don't show me what they got banned for. They're spam, but I just go to the settings. Make sure you didn't ban a real person. So it'd be nice to see the message and be like, oh no, that wasn't here. Let me unban this person. But oh well. Hopefully it was true spam. So I was rambling on about. Now that I got a actual established stream schedule, things are picking up here. Turn this guy down. There's still a lot I need to do. I need to get back into posting on my socials. I've not done that all year long. And it's, you know, even though I'm now getting back into the swing of things, that one's just a tough one to do. Trying to create posts, you know, especially the YouTube. I was just making shorts, and I would post them to the 4 platforms that Angry Grizzly is on, which is YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and X. It's just, I don't know, I feel like X is a waste of time. Instagram has very limited success for me. Got, I don't know, 300 and some change followers, which is not nothing, but not zero. X is, I might have said this, X is a complete waste of time. I have no idea how to get any type of growth on X. I was told that the main use for X is for go live notifications. YouTube is tough. I'm at like 60, 61. They call them subscribers, not followers. TikTok's tough too. Again, I made all these videos for short attention spans, but the everything I was doing was basically taking pictures of my miniatures, kind of groups, especially when I was doing kind of like this, painting a whole group of Warcraft orcs. I'd paint a handful plus, and then I'd make a video talking about that orc clan, all that stuff. They weren't horrible, but it took a lot of time, not only on the pictures, but then putting them together in Canva and making a cool video. Because I always looked at it was a lot of work for very little return. Some of those videos I'm pretty proud of myself. Very proud of myself. But it's like now, like even last night, after I got off my stream, my desire is to continue painting. I want to keep working on these guys, even though I said I would wait till today. But yeah, I wanted to keep painting. And I instead played some World of Warcraft, trying to get those monthly trading post achievements done. And my whole thing is that's time. That is time that I could be painting or assembling, priming, even messing around with settings in my stream, like the bots. I've got Nightbot and Siribot, but I want to kind of want to replace them with StreamerBot. I thought I was getting that set up, but that's so complicated. I want to be able to automatically shout out streamers, not just when they raid, but the moment they come into my stream. And I know StreamerBot can do that. I know Streamlabs can do it as well, but I think that's one that that you set up based on like you assign users. So when Darth Vader comes into your stream, you have a setting, so the moment Darth Vader says, "Find your lack of faith disturbing," it says, "Hey, Darth Vader's a great streamer. You should follow him," and blah blah blah. That's because Darth Vader is a streamer, he's in your community. When Chewbacca comes in, he's not part of your community yet, so when he says hi, nothing happens. And well, that's fine for most people. My desire is that this community continues to grow and You know, not just the people I know, but just in general, that it would just continue to grow and expand. As a lot of people start to look and see that this community is truly, for the most part, a safe space for everybody, hopefully that draws more people into this category. Because I do recognize, you know, and I am nowhere near that point, but I do recognize that the miniatures and models category caps out. You know, and even your top streamers are getting around 100 views at a time. Some get significantly more. Monument Hobbies can pull 200 to 300 people in a stream. AC Miniatures, pretty close to that. There's a few others. I know Reaper pulls in a good crowd when they're streaming. Miniatures Den pulls in a pretty solid crowd. But in general, you know, Studio J7 was talking about this, where he's kind of reached a cap on his followers and viewers. He's at 10.1k followers, and he says he'll gain a couple and lose a couple. It's not, the mark doesn't ever move. And then for viewers, you know, he gets, I don't know, 70 to 100 at any given moment. That's kind of where he's capped out, if you will. So he has the same philosophy that we need to get more people into this channel, this category, if you will. The more we can get in here, the better it is for everybody in the category. And so all that long speech, just to say, I understand that we, all of us in this category, grow together. There's always the possibility for organic growth, but for the most part, like, my growth has been a result of networking. So, I like, someone comes into my stream, they happen to be a streamer, I may not know them, but the moment they say hi, it shouts them out. So I don't just want to promote the people I know. I definitely want to promote the people I know, but I also want to promote people that I don't know. Way of getting to know them. I can be so absent-minded at times. Even people I know, because I don't have any of those shoutouts automated. I don't even have the SO command. Man, I'm behind. Looks like I did get this. So I'd like to fix some of that. The streamer bot is complicated. Unless you know programming, you're going to have a very hard time setting it up on your own. And there's a lot of YouTube videos and tutorials. But even as I found with the raid shoutout that I created, which that I don't know if that's working or not. I haven't gotten raided since I've set that up. I have no idea if it is working. We'll find out if I get raided. But that one, watching all these videos, some of them were very outdated. And so you're watching what they're doing on their screen, and you're saying, well, my screen doesn't look like that. I don't have a lot of those options. You know, some of theirs, it seemed like it was even more user-friendly than the current version of StreamerBot. I think the current version of StreamerBot might give you more power, but it's, you know, because it removes some of the drop-downs with the ability to do more coding or whatever, and it's like, well, that's great, but I don't know how to do all the coding. Coming full circle here, I always make it back to the starting point. I always feel like time spent on that is time that I'm not hobbying. And that's what I really want to do. I just want to paint, guys. That's it. Like I said, even sitting there playing a little bit of World of Warcraft, I think I was on for maybe an hour or so. Well, that was an hour or so of getting no painting done. And yes, I need to get this stuff done. Can't leave it in limbo forever. But tonight will be, probably be a little bit of World of Warcraft. No, I haven't even touched the new content update that released this week. And I would kind of like to see that whole storyline about the Amani with Zul'Jin. As they go through Harindar and find out more about the origins of the Amani. You know, we left off with that part of the story where Zul'Jin, who's the brother of the new ruler of the Zul'Aman, or the Amani. She's the Ashe. And so the brother is kind of pissed off if he doesn't want... Feels like we've been enemies with Silvermoon and the Blood Elves, the High Elves, for so long. He doesn't want to end that conflict. He feels that's dishonoring, like the memory of Zul'Jin, their grandfather. So this now, he goes with their uncle, because they get summoned to Arendir. Guess it shows shows their history. So yes, I am very curious how that story goes. Fix a couple of these little breather things, whatever they are. Oh, nope, this guy doesn't have any yet. Yeah, this one, I don't know what I did. I used the wrong helmet compared to the other guys. So he's kind of the odd man out. Got that phase 1 trooper helmet. Yep. And I don't remember where I was going with all those stories. I've been telling a lot of stories. I know it centers around the fact that I guess it's tomorrow is my affiliate anniversary. Affiliate for a year. And it has been for the most part, a fun year. I was saying it's definitely a rough start. I had a lot of help to get to the affiliate. There were a lot of empty streams. A lot. Did not enjoy learning how to talk to myself. Now I'm very good at it. There's been a lot of improvements to the setup of the stream, to the visual look of it. Things like, well, my layout, the overlays. Technology has improved. This camera's still killing me, but fix that one day. Probably getting a new one at some point. Add addition of emotes, and there's still more changes. You know, trying to make everything unified. Try to make it all one unified brand, if you will. So getting everything to kind of look the same. you know, my first border around my screen was like a purple cave. Well, it worked. You know, the frames around my camera. It's more of a wood. You know, it feels like the rest of this border. And then like the differences with the logos, which I fixed, but I haven't updated them. Trying to make all of that, again, one unified theme or brand. Nope. Three more for the graphite gray. Oh. We're actually doing pretty good speed-wise here. So we are almost... Actually, we're almost done. After the, after I graphite gray all of this, I just gotta figure out replacement of the blue markings for the, these ARC troopers. How much variation I want to put in them, or do I just want to do standard markings? And then at that point, it's, do we finish Rex? Or do I start on one of the random Jedis I've got? Decisions. Oh, I still got there's a lot of that black leather glove, body glove these guys wear. There's a lot of touch up on that still. I prime these black and do a white zenithal dry brush. That tends to get, you know, areas like this that are supposed to stay black, that dry brush tends to hit them. It's real easy to touch up, but I still need to do that. That'll put 9 more minis down. Hundreds more to go. Literally hundreds. Although we are getting close to that point, though, where at least the stuff that is assembled and primed is starting to run low. Still have probably a good 40 clones over there. I suppose just a little bit. Looks like I missed some of this. Okay. Good, I've got just a little bit, so I can use that for touch-ups on the armor. Yep, that's good. So I received my Star Wars Legion Mandalorian pre-order. Which is, got the Mandalorian box. It has, Din Djarin, Grogu, the armor, and then I think there's like 20-ish Mandalorian warriors and 20-ish Mandalorian initiates. Then there is a Clan Ren set, which I don't know how many are in there, like maybe a dozen Mandalorians from Clan Ren, which those came out back in Rebels, Star Wars Rebels, with Sabine Wren. So it's got like her mother, her brother, and then a bunch of Clan Ren Mandalorians. And I have the old one of those too. So I'll have a lot of Clan Ren Mandalorians. And then there is it the Mandalorian Super Commandos? I think those were the ones that joined the Empire in Rebels. I think. And then of course I've got the Leaders of the Mandalorians, which has another armor. Kind of weird. It's the same exact model as the one in the starter. Wish they would have done a little bit different. It's got Bo-Katan, and then might be the wrong name, but the character that Jon Favreau played in The Mandalorian, I think it was Pre Vizsla. The dude with the big automatic, like, and John Favreau's a bigger guy. His armor was huge. Loved it. And then one other that I don't know, I'm not sure who it is. Some Mandalorian leader. It might be one of the loyalists of Bo-Katan. What was it? Axe Wolves, and I'd have to look at it again. But it might be one of those. And then the leaders of the Shadow Collective, which has Darth Maul with the Darksaber. What's her face? Gar Saxon, and I don't remember the Mandalorian chick that was with Gar Saxon. Not remember. It's got her name on that. Oh, Rook Kast. Yep. Definitely gonna need more graphite gray. As much of this in this cup as I can. Because if it's not a lot, then I can just dip from the cup. Why I would do that, but so yeah, those showed up not yesterday, the other day. I think they're, as cool as they are, they're gonna get set aside for now. I still have a few. I've got probably 40, 50 clones still to go. Actually, it's probably more than that, because I've got 10 Phase 1 guys to my right. And, then I've got, about like a dozen ARF troopers. And then there's still the Bad Batch in the box. And they may stay that way for a bit. Because those they're also, I think they can cross over with the Rebels. So they may get assembled and painted with the Rebels. Then I still have a box of B1 battle droid, or sorry, B2 super battle droids. A box of droidekas. There's a spider droid, 2 crab droids. That's 1 box of the crab droids. Just has 2 in there. The spider droid box, I think when they redid it, it only came with 1. Also a cheaper price, but that's irrelevant. And then I got a box, I think it's got 4 aqua droids in it. This is it for that. What's in that cup? So let's just, I don't have a lot more to do on this one for that color, so can do this without trying out the paint. I don't know why I'm so funny about wasting paint. Probably the same reason why the cup I'm using for the graphite gray was the cup I was using for the blue, and I washed it out before it dried. Even though I can buy hundreds of Jello shot cups for, I don't know, it was like under $20. Really not that expensive. And here I am. What? Started that graphite gray because it didn't really get the dry brush in between there, so it was just black, and it didn't look good. You need to have some underpainting for it to have any effect. I don't remember if I hit this or not. Careful as I was, looks like I got one spot that I missed with that white blue last night. Whole line that didn't get hit. All right. Okay. So, next up on these is the touch-up of all the black, you know, the stuff that is the black body leather or body glove, leather body glove, under their white armor. And then I gotta apply all the blue armor paint. Um, I need to use the restroom real fast. I'm my stuff too fast and hitting my bladder hard. So, hang out. I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. Yeah, we're back. Finally, I'll look up. Ad break, really? Whatever. Yeah, so these all kind of have different, Oh, I see. I see what's going on. Okay. I see why I'm getting confused. So these two, I assume because of the shoulder pads that these were ARC troopers. These are not. They are not ARC troopers. Those are just regular clones. But they're like commander units or something, or captains. Similar to Captain Rex. Now it makes sense. There's only 7 ARC troopers. That makes so much more sense. Ish. Okay. Paints. Thank you. I didn't even know. I don't know how because it's almost July, but I didn't even know until I got ready this morning. I was like, oh, I guess tomorrow's the official date. But yeah, 1 year. I thought I had a little more time because my first sub just showed that he was a sub for 11 months. I thought I had a little more time, but no, here we are. How are you doing this morning? Probably put these away. Let's pull out and do some touch-ups. Don't need a lot. I don't see a lot of areas that I need to touch up. It's just some of these where I got hit that body glove with the dry brush. A lot of it is on their hands too. Kind of hard to not hit their fingers with that dry brush. Well, some of that is okay. Want it to stay mostly black. So I only have 7 ARC Troopers. Except for the hero units, Echo and Fives. This is just what came in that in the clone starter set, or the Republic Army starter set, or whatever it's called. spots are very difficult to reach. Hey, ABG. Good, how are you? Get a bigger brush. Need a smaller brush. But I kind of like my number 3. Kind of dig this. Did I just do that? Right there. I will say, getting the Monument Hobbies sable brushes, probably the best advice that Mike Disney ever gave me. Working on lunch. Cooking it? What you making? Some KD? What is KD? Craft dinner. I'm not Canadian. That is true. Since my work overlords are Canadian, I can consider myself Canadian adjacent, but I don't know how well that counts with the vernacular. I guess the real question, I didn't know, the Warhammer Armageddon box. Sounds like some people got them already. Did you order any of that? I had Blissful Badger. I think he's still streaming. Yeah, he's been going for about 2 hours. He is putting together. Oh, he actually is putting the orcs together. Thought he had the Space Marine box. Probably smart. I think it's a expensive box. So watching him open this box, it was like a little kid on Christmas. It's quite entertaining. This whole thing is, yeah. Like I said last night, the amount of time I'm spending on these guys compared to, I don't know if I'm just moving slower or, well, I know I'm moving slower. Obviously, I am. I feel like it's taken me forever to get where I am on these guys. I can definitely tell you there's going to be an old man nap in the plan for today. I can already feel the energy draining a little bit. Stairs fans. What did they just have two, the Marines and the Orcs, or are there others? I mean, I heard stuff about the Armageddon, what, 11th edition or whatever coming out, but otherwise, since I don't really follow Warhammer 40k, I'm not versed in what was all released. Space Boys versus Orcs. Oh, so it's both of them in there. Oh, okay. That makes sense then, because I thought I saw Space Marines on there, but now he's got Orcs that he's building. Started from the back. He is planning on doing all of it on stream, other than priming.
Who will follow me into battle?
Zinc and Fire, welcome on in. Thank you for the follow, and happy Saturday to you. What are you working on today? What are you doing on this wonderful Saturday? Some people got a 3-day weekend. I'm just painting some ARC troopers. Started these guys yesterday. That is my, well, I do like the Murloc one. The Murloc one brings, PTSD into many times in the original World of Warcraft. How many times I get overwhelmed, by Murloc. Murloc. One day I'll add more channel point redemptions too. Add that to the list. So I can tell you that the anxiety is kicking in. Just a lot of the logistics of the this Wisconsin trip that I just kind of don't want to deal with. I have to. It's nothing major, it's just major in my head. Everyone is gonna be building the Star PR. What is that? Ah, shoot. That's what I did want to do. Luckily, this is still got a little bit of moisture from last night, so easy fix. Oh, I just figured out the starter set. Sorry, it took me a second. extra slow today. Yeah, I think everybody that got it is gonna be working on that. Ah. Price is firm. So is that how they launch all the um whenever they come out with a new edition, they've got the two factions in there? Okay, so the dark blue is what we want. Space Boys is something else. Whichever faction they're highlighting. So this time it's orcs. Yeah, I would want both if I was gonna spend that kind of money. I wouldn't be getting it for gameplay. I'd be getting it because I paint them. Okay, before I... Never mind. Yeah, I think I've seen them on Amazon a couple times. I think that's kind of how Legion, Star Wars Legion, did. They had their starter sets for each faction, but I think they also had like a big set for the Clone Wars that had both Battle Droids and Republic, and they might have had the same. Might have had the same for the Rebellion. I'm not sure. Don't exactly know. So... 5th edition, okay. So, Space Marines and, Orcs. That'd be my favorite. I mean, all the other races are great and all, but Orcs are Orcs. Who doesn't like Orcs? Exactly. I mean, you gotta be a little crazy to like orcs, but it's like a good crazy. It's the good kind. A proper crazy, exactly. Just like blowing stuff up and basically every American in 2 weeks is going to be an orc. Just blowing up anything they can find. Orca. Which I do support. I just don't want to be I want to be around when they're blowing it up. I'll watch from a safe distance to make sure that I'm not blown up with it. Yeah, you know, when I was still living in the Midwest, every time, and you still see videos about this on them social medias. Every time you get a bunch of rednecks together, and they've got a bonfire, they're shooting off fireworks, some idiot gets the crazy idea to throw a firework into the bonfire. I don't know what it is that possesses them to do that. Between that and the fact that, let's see, in 2 weeks from yesterday... Oh, yeah, no, that's why I don't spend very much time with, those particular crowds. Bonfires are great, but you mix, and I know a lot of rednecks that are great people, so this is not meant to be offensive, but it is what it is. You mix redneck and bonfires and fireworks, and something's getting blown up. It's the same reason that July 3rd, all the memes will go online that there is someone out there that doesn't know today's the last day they'll have all 10 fingers. And it's funny, but very true. There are some really dumb people out there. Somehow we allow them access to the fireworks. And even here in Vegas, shooting off fireworks is illegal. They will set up police stings all over between, there's this town called Pahrump. It's on the other side of the mountain to the west of Vegas. And they will have police checkpoints all over between Pahrump and Vegas for the next couple weeks, trying to catch people bringing illegal fireworks. You know, there's little small things that you're allowed to shoot off, but we will have so many illegal fireworks going off. I love the 4th of July. I love the American independence. This year is going to be a big one, as this is our 250th anniversary. I will participate inside my house. So yeah, I fully expect that there's probably going to be personal fireworks celebrations all over the valley for many days before the 4th and many days after the 4th. You know, whatever, to each their own. I do have the ability to sleep through a lot of that, so I'll be fine. Thankfully, my, well, actually, the new cat, I don't know how she's gonna handle it, but big fat boy, he'll be fine with the fireworks. Was last year. Alright. These two are identical. And these three are separate. Excuse me. Um, so for anybody just popping in, stream schedule is Wednesdays around 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Fridays around 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and Saturdays around 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. With all of those, I do try to get on sooner, but those are typically the times that I have committed to be on. Having said that, no streaming at all next week. I will be traveling. There is a possibility, but a very slim possibility, that the following Tuesday, the 30th, may be a spring day. But probably not, being honest. It's just that's gonna be kind of a challenging. It's gonna be a challenging trip. It's gonna be a good trip, but it's gonna be. There's a lot of driving involved. So I will probably need that Tuesday as a recovery day. But we'll see. We'll see how I'm doing. Best way to find out, just throw me a follow. And as long as your notifications are on, you'll get a notification that I'm Grizzly is painting. Alright, appreciate it, ABG. We will catch you hopefully later tonight. Are you still thinking you're streaming tonight? Are you still thinking you're gonna stream tonight? See, this is why it needs to be automated. I only just remembered we've been talking how long. Okay. Well, hopefully see you at Ed's stream first, and then later in your stream. I should still be awake. So you have a wonderful rest of your day, man. Yeah, I definitely need to put some effort into my bots. Thank you, I appreciate that. This guy's shoulder plates under. I am looking at box art. I know that's a no-no, but I do it all the time. Just helps for, just for this part. Trying to figure out where the, blue, this blue armor paint goes. So hopefully I can find some time to do that. Whether I figure out streamer bot or whatever it is. Get some auto shoutouts. I think the raid one is working. So it's more the auto streamer shoutout. And get some commands going. I may have to come back with some blue. Some of these they're not just blue stripes, they're covering an entire plate. What's up, Mano? Thank you. Appreciate that. How was your Saturday going? What you working on? Yeah, I got up this morning, got ready to hit my stream, and I saw it's I think it's actually tomorrow, but they started at like 5 a.m. the day before and end at 5 p.m. the day after. But yeah, it's my Philly anniversary. Thank you. I will say, and I went on a whole storytelling adventure at the beginning of the stream. Um, Honestly, it is a little bit of an accomplishment considering I was ready to give up close to the end of last year. The longest time, kind of end of last year, beginning of this year, I just had that strong feeling that all the effort that goes into streaming and social medias and all that to try to promote this was taking away from the reason I do this, which is painting. Because I want to paint. Now I'm in a pretty good rhythm here. Now that I've got a established schedule. Still need to figure something out with the socials. Actually start taking pictures and posting them and all that fun stuff. Just again, time. Biggest enemy, the lack of time. This guy. Yeah, I'll need to highlight these shoulder pads. Like, because yes, I am following the box art. At least for this part. And there's a lot of area covered by these blue, dark blue or whatever. 3 streams that you've listened to me drone. Well, thank you. Three streams of me usually venting about work. Because yeah, that means you were there Wednesday when I was kind of in a mood. My anger had subsided, but it was still a little bit enough for me to rant about it. All's well now. I mean, I got a lot of I got a lot of problems that I have to fix at work. Joys of being the boss. Everybody wants to be the boss until you're actually the boss. Then you're like, this is not fun. Thought I was supposed to get more freedoms, not less. Hey, S1. This guy also has blue all over the front of his back. I'm almost out of the blue on my palette. And then I'll need to, and I'll just use the gray basing texture from Monument Hobbies. That's what I did on these leader units. Echo and Fives. Let's see, I think I can just... add brakes. Screw you. Wait. ads. And done. You know, that's the one, I know I bitch about this every time, but here we are again. I wish they would give us option to not run ads at all. And I know once you accept the affiliate, you don't have a choice. You have to. I think on just standard channels, they reserve the right to, but typically they don't. So if you're not an affiliate or a partner, they typically don't run ads on your channel. Like I said, they reserve the right to, they just usually don't. Once you're an affiliate, ads are running on your channel, whether you want them or not. Like it or not, we're running ads. I get it, I know they need to make their money. You know, you see it sometimes where the ad is just on the side, so that you can still see the streamer on the main screen and still hear them. They just have it's almost like Google Ads. Wish they would do that all the time. I just have a very, very passionate dislike for ads. I know most people are the same. Unless the ads are for new upcoming movies. Really, hate them. Hate him, I hate him, I hate him. Tiny touch more. I'll put the dark blue away. Let's pull out blue. We can put coal black away as well. Okay, I'm gonna have to take a quick bio break. And then we'll come back. We'll just highlight the blue on these guys, or the dark blue paint, and then we'll do the basing. So, hang out, get up, stretch, get your drinks, beverages, breakfast, lunches, whatever, all the things, and I will be right back. Okay. Let's try to wrap these guys up. We don't need a lot of this, so I'm gonna do the same thing and just try to brush some out. just for some of these highlight points. Sorry, I know I'm going quiet mode right now. A little hyper-focused. Just a little hyper-focused here. A lot of that is I'm trying to avoid messing up. Not that this is necessarily super difficult, but I'm just doing edge highlighting. It's not even a lot. It requires a little bit of focus. I think also the, like I was saying before I went on break, the grip anxiety is starting to kick in. It's gonna be 2 full days of driving there and 2 full days of driving back. Did that good? Did I? Looks like I did. All except for his feet. Did I do it? Set it back? Yeah, I must have. Yeah, I'm just not. A little less. For me, it's a little less anxiety than flying. But, still, long time in a vehicle. My girlfriend and I'll kind of split up the driving. So it won't be too bad. Yeah, so I think it's just all the logistics, the planning, getting everything ready. We will leave early Wednesday morning. And we're getting a rental car, so we'll have to pick up the rental car Tuesday. So there's some of that logistics. This week I've got HR on site in the factory for open enrollment. So, not that that's a lot to deal with, but just a little bit of a... Oh, shit. Probably clean this up. I think that's the one I keep pouring and it's like that. So yeah, it's just like I'll probably have to have my girlfriend drive me to work on Tuesday. And then whatever time I set to pick up the rental, she'll have to come back, pick me up, we'll go get the rental, and then I'll go back to work. That way we have it, so when we leave early Wednesday morning, we're not having to worry about getting it. There's not going to be time. It'll be get up early and hit the road right away. So then 14 hours on the road Wednesday. Stop at a hotel in North Platte, Nebraska. I still need to book. Get up Thursday morning, hit the road again. Like I said yesterday, the way there is kind of the real, because the time zone changes. That's going to be a little bit of a headache. So then it's all day driving Thursday, and get probably look at a hotel in a suburb called West Bend. It's about maybe a half hour north of Milwaukee. But my parents live about an hour north of Milwaukee, so that'll be a good place to stay. We'll be there Friday and Saturday. Saturday is the actual family reunion. Then Friday try to go to lunch or bring lunch to my grandma. See her. And then start driving back early Sunday morning. Same deal. Make it to North Platte, Nebraska. That's kind of the perfect middle point. You know, this is about a 28-hour drive, and North Platte kind of divides that trip between two 14-hour chunks. So land in or stop in North Platte, stay there for the night, get up early Monday morning, onward to home. On Monday or Tuesday is I took the day off because I figured I would need the recovery from all that driving. Oh, I forgot about this little box this guy's standing on. Probably slap some graphite gray on that. Maybe. Yeah, I'll try a different color that I haven't used. Just because I don't even know what the box is, but it could be any color I want it to be. It's kind of crazy though how, well, part of it's because there's 3 of us, but round trip plane tickets are gonna cost significantly more than just renting a car, paying for the gas, it may come close when you start looking at the meals travel, but not by much. Then getting the rental. I'm gonna try to call them and request because the one I'm looking at says a Nissan Rogue or similar. I'm gonna call and see if they can't reserve me a Nissan Rogue, because that's the one I would like to purchase at some point, probably closer to the end of this year. On brown. Why don't we try this dark green brown? That box. Or should I go with a graphite green? Oh, graphite green would work for that. What else do we have? We have dark green. Did the shadow flash? Yeah, let's just go with this dark green brown. Still be an interesting color. I don't know if it's the right one for this box, but it's too late. We're doing it. We're not even sure what this is he's standing on. It's some type of a lid or something. A crate lid. Gives me a chance to use a different one-step paint. Okay, I'm gonna apply just a little bit of this stuff. This is the fine gray earth basing texture. Just to really give it that gray earth feel. And then there's other advantages of driving as opposed to flying. It's a little less of a limitation of what you can bring or bring back. You have a little more room. And then even to the extent there's just a little more control of your travel. Yeah, you still want to have certain times, hey, this is when we're getting up, this is when we're hitting the road, but it's just a little bit, a little less stressful than flying. I don't know, like, I'm not afraid to fly, I just don't like it. Like, getting on the plane, sitting there, I like to grab the window seat. So, like, there's definitely no fear. I enjoy watching the takeoff. I enjoy, being awake when we're landing and watching that. Especially if it's a late night arrival into Vegas. Looking at the strip and the city as it's all lit up. It's really cool. But I'm just not a big fan of um not a big fan of all the security stuff. The hurry up and wait. You know, all that stuff. Okay. Let's Oh. Okay. I think these guys are done. 7 ARC troopers. Most of what I did, black primer, Zenithal white dry brush, and then mixed white blue with the Monument Hobbies One Step Special Sauce Medium. Graphite gray on all of the guns and shoulders. And came in with dark blue and blue for all their like paints or whatever. Armor paint. And then just gray earth, both quartz and fine basing texture. I would say those turned out pretty well. Take a little bit for the basing to dry, but now the question is, now that I finished these 7, thought I had 9, but there's only 7. The other 2, I think, were more just clone captains like Rex that I thought were ARC troopers, but we're missing a bunch of the. I was just confused. It happened a lot. So compare that to what I did using this traditional painting style. Shadow base, mid highlight, all those. Of course, I think these do look better. These were done a while ago. Messed up on his backpack and decided to keep it that way because I thought it looked good. But I would say those turned out pretty decent. So I still got Rex. As you can see, I base coated black, and then I started on using the slate gray for his armor. Quite a bit still to do on this guy, obviously. But Yeah, there's a lot of people building on right now. Most everybody is building these sets. Um, yeah, because I don't know how much, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it much longer. I feel like I need a nap. Some food, too. Uh... But... Oh. Not so good. Right, see. Well... Yeah. I think I'm gonna call it. Yeah, we're just shy of 4 hours. I am happy with what I got accomplished. Still a lot more. I've got... Well, I guess now I've got 12 of these Phase 1 clones. 2 of them I thought were Arc, but that's just because they had that shoulder pad and I got confused. They don't have both shoulder pads, and they don't have that skirt, tunic, whatever that thing is, tabard, rear tabard, whatever. Got probably 14. 14's probably right, because I had 2 ARF Sleeper sets. One that came with the Republic Army set, and one that was separate. And then we probably have, I don't know, maybe 30 just regular Phase 2 clones. That need, they're already primed, they just need, all those that I just listed off still need dry brush. And then I'll do the same thing with the 1-step. Those will be a lot easier, because it's just white blue with special sauce 1-step and graphite gray. Touch up the black and then decide if they're going to be, what do they call them, shinies, or if they're going to be part of a specific unit. So, yeah, no stream next week. As I said, I'm driving Wednesday, driving Friday, or driving Wednesday and Thursday. I'll be in Wisconsin. Friday, Saturday, driving back Sunday, Monday of the following week. So no streams next week. But the following week, which leads us into July, it will be normal streams. So Wednesday, approximately 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Friday, approximately 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And Saturday, yes, that is July 4th, but I still plan on streaming that Saturday. Approximately 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Most likely Paint and Clone Troopers that whole time. I may go with the crowd and, I don't know, turn off at George Washington. I don't know. We'll see. It's all up in the air. I'm gonna go ahead and take us out through here. Probably set up. Yeah, like I said, most everybody is Most everybody is building not everybody. There's a lot that aren't. There's actually, I lied. It's most of the people that I'm following are doing the, oh. Lotus K working on 12-hour birthday stream. Might be where we go. Maybe Ghoul. I got Ghoul open on one of my screens right now. He's painting some pretty bomb-ass bust right now. Feel like we should give love to Lotus K though, since she's since it's her birthday. Where does she go? Yeah, we'll probably give her let's see, she is working on, can't see what model she's working on right now, but and she may not be on much longer, but I think that's where we'll go. There's only a few of us in here, but it's her birthday, so please stick around. Oh no, she's doing a 12-hour birthday stream, so yeah, we're going to join her. She's about halfway through. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and start the raid. I don't think I have much more crap to say. So please stick around, throw her a follow. If you're not following her already, she'll probably be still on with the stay in camera crew later. But yeah, no streams next week. I will be back Wednesday the 1st, most likely. Possibly the Tuesday the 30th, but chances are not. Yeah, you guys have a great weekend, a great rest of the weekend, and a great week next week. Wish me luck, thoughts, prayers, all that, as I make this epic trip to the Midwest. Otherwise, as always, stay mad, stay angry, stay grizzly.